Hello everyone, welcome back to another Unity tutorial. So in the last time we have created this enemy here that automatically moves between set points, and we have created a navmesh, a dynamic one that adapts to chests being destroyed or bombs being placed. In this time we're going to create another type of enemies which will follow the player wherever he goes. So let's get started. First of all, I forgot to place that enemy in the prefabs folder. Let's place him and let's rename him simple enemy or simple slime. I want to rename here too. Okay, now we will create another one, and I want to use the same material, no, the same enemy look, but that won't be the same material. So we're going to create another one. Do we have a materials folder? We don't. Let's go create one, create folder, materials, create, go to shader graph, URP, and unlit sprite unlit shader graph. We'll call him slime and open it. So this is shader graph. For those who are not familiar with the interface, this is how you create materials. Materials are how things look in a game. So you see here that we have the base node. The base node here has fragment part. Don't mind this vertex part. We don't talk about that right now. We're only gonna use this fragment part, which provides the base color RGB. You see here it's a 3, so it's vector 3, which will be the RGB values, and here the alpha value, which is transparency. Okay, so to get started, first we need a base texture to read from. In order to do that, Unity requires you to name your main texture here, like this. Be careful, the case should be like that. Main text, drag and drop it here, and here we will take sample texture 2D. Okay, so for now I want to take the same texture as this guy. In order to get it, let's go here, select this is the texture, so we will set it here for the default value. Oh, we cannot set that one. We set this one, the parent. Okay, just for previewing, you see here you can preview it there. And what I want to do, instead of going to through every enemy and one by one changing the colors, I want to separate the colors in here and add a way to change them independently. So let's do that. And for this one, I'll separate the colors by the blue value. So what we're going to do is we'll take the blue value here and we are going into step node. It will be the in value of the step node, and you see here at 1 it does not take anything, but if I reduce this, it starts taking the values that are in that range, you see, that have that edge value. So here it takes everything that's more than that value, more than that, more than that. And I have played a little with the values to find good ones. So here we want to set this to 0.1. You see we get the outer values. Okay, next we are going to add a color, so we will call this one color 1. Where is the color? Here. This will be color 1. Drag and drop it here. Drag this into multiply node. Like that. Now if I change this color here for default value, for example set it like this, you see we are changing the actual white, because white is 1 in all values, so RGB are 1. If you multiply it by a value, it takes that exact value. Okay, let's minimize these, and we are going to do the same thing but with different step values. Let's duplicate this. Remove this one because we're gonna pick another color value. Let's add another color, call it color 2. Drag and drop it here. And let's open the preview for this to see what parts we are taking. And I found a good value here to be 0.29. I think 0.3 would work also. Yeah, let's make it 0.3. And here, if I multiply it with the color, for example, let's say green or orangey thing, you see we get that. We will do also two more of these, so copy and paste. Okay, let's minimize these. We do not want that edge there. And for this value, I'm using 0.57, but I think also 0.6 would work. No, it won't work. So keep it 0.57. Drag and drop these here, and we will add another color called color 3. Do this. Set it to be in somewhere yellowish or greenish, whatever you prefer. Okay. And for the final one, let's create yet another color. Call this one color 4. Drag and drop it here. Let's say something more greeny, like that. Okay, and for the threshold in this one, I'm working with 0.73, so you can see here what it gives us. It's a little less than this one, so each one gives us a little less than the previous. Then we will overlay all of these on top of each other. In order to do that, we will take them 2 by 2 and overlay them. So take this outlet here and go into a blend node. Make sure it's in the first slot, not the second, because it's the base, not the blend. Set this opacity here to 1, or actually not to 1. We want the opacity value. Opacity is where the effect is gonna be applied. You can do this, so it will only be applied in these parts here, not over the whole image. Oh no, not there. Sorry. This goes there and this goes here. Okay. So you see now you get the correct color. If we set this to 1, it will override it with the black also. So we can either use overlay or use override. Let's see which one is more accurate. Overlay, you see it puts it on top of it, but it kinda averages out the resulting color. So this one is more what we want. It completely overwrites it. Okay, let's reduce this, and we are going to do the same thing, but to these nodes. So this is going to be the base, this is going to be the opacity, and this is the blend. You see what we get here. Change this to override. Okay, why aren't we seeing something interesting? Are they set correctly or not? We have a problem here. Oh yeah, of course. This goes here. Now it works. And these are fairly close in color, so maybe I want to change this one to be a little bit more yellowish. Like that. And finally, we're going to do the same thing. Another blend node. For this one, the opacity will be this outlet. So it's like kind of the overall outlet for this part here, this section. and the base is this part, the blend is this part, and here you see the result that we have. Oh yeah, change this from overlay to override. Yeah, it looks ugly because of the colors I picked, but we can change those later. So place this here, and for the opacity we want the original opacity of, for the alpha we want the original alpha of the main texture. So let's link this alpha outlet here to this one, and you can double click here to create a reroute node, another one in here, just to tidy things up. Well, this is not tidy, but it does the job. So now reduce this, go back here. Let's go to the simple slime. Let's go actually to the prefab. We want to change it here. Okay, keep that in mind. We haven't created a material. So now on your shader, right click on it, go to create and create material. We'll call this one simple enemy. Now go to the prefab, select your simple slime. Here, give it a material of simple enemy. This is the one that we've just created, and you can change the colors easily here. So let's pick something. Hmm. I I would tell you it's a good idea to keep the hue the same and change the saturation and value here. So kind of want to make it a little dark for the edge. Copy this value for the hue to be the same across all of them. So like this. This is the inner part. Yeah, probably should change the order of these, but it's fine. We will give this 30, or maybe a little more like here. Now this part will be lighter, so 210 in here. This one will go all the way almost white, like that, and this green part will be the most saturated, like this. You can make it like that. You can change it to anything you want. So, for example, I'm not liking this, but let's change it a little. The hue isn't great either. Let's make this, let's say, 230, or we can make it less, like this, and set the value to be in high. Not very high. Okay, set this to 70. 190 is the new hue value. Let's try it across all these. Reduce the saturation, or reduce the value. No, reduce saturation here. Now for this one, we will keep it a clear color, and here 190, like that. I prefer this one. Looks like watery thing there. Okay, save this. We could also add an overall transparency to the object. Let's try that. So go in here. Okay, alpha clipping, and let's go here, select it. Oh, I haven't added the alpha value. Okay, so go here. We will add an alpha value. This one will go here, and a clip value, which will go over here. Save this, go back, and let's change these values. Oh, you see, we get the background with it. We don't want that, so go here and how to get rid of the background. Let's see what we have here. Let's preview this node. So to preview it, you can easily drag this here, right preview, and you see it gives us the white values at 1. So it's very simple to deal with this. We don't need this anymore. Take this into a multiply node. The alpha will go here. So this will give us the result when it's 1 and 0 when it's 0. Now you see if I change the alpha value, it becomes transparent so you can see what's behind it. Okay, you can tweak this to your liking. If you increase it too much, you are increasing the intensity. It becomes more like an HDR color. But it does not look pretty. Be careful, don't go overboard with that. You always want to keep it between 0 and 1. Point 0.5 seems like too watery for me. I'll set it to 1. And here you can play with the clip value. So let's show you what this does. You see, if you go under that value, it becomes immediately transparent. Keep this at 0 and play with this value. I want to keep it at 1 because I don't like how it looks transparent. Doesn't kind of blend well with the type we are aiming for in pixel art game. Okay, so copy and duplicate this. We will call this one follower slime. Right click and prefab and pack this prefab. Okay, go to the material. We will create another one for this. So copy and paste and call this one follower enemy. Assign that material to this guy. And let's change the colors. You can only change the hue only if you wish. So let's change them all to be in red. You can also do any kind of color mix you want. I don't really like this. Too bright there. And this part is too white. So let's do this. And this part will... Okay, I was changing that part. I keep selecting the same one. Okay, like that. Make this one darker and this one lighter. No. Okay, we keep it at this. Everyone, you can pick whatever color you want. God, this looks very ugly. I don't like it. So let's set that like this. Okay. Let's disable the gizmos here to see it better. And the grid also. The outline is a little too bright. Now it all lacks saturation. So we will up this central saturation a bit. This one? Yeah. And now this one is a little Two white. Okay. This is a bit better, but still not looking quite good. I have some values prepared, so let's see. Ooh, the ones I have are not great. No, keep it like that for now. And let's go create a script for this guy. So, good scripts. We'll pretty much couple this simple slime, and we'll rename him to slime follower. Okay, open that. Rename it to slime follower. And let's get started. So what we need for this guy, we will not need the waypoints. We will still need the animator, the forward, target index, and target we won't need them. Death animation we will need it, navmesh we will need it, animator here. And this, what are we using this for? Oh yeah, that little delay when it starts. Okay, we will keep using that. As for this, we won't need any of these. Uh, hmm. We won't need this right here. Yeah, we won't need the active because it will only be called in update after everything is set. But this, the building the nav mesh is a sync, so maybe we wanna do this. Okay, we will keep this part. Okay, this will stay there, and we have a very simple change here. Remove all of this code and set destination to simply be player controller dot instance dot transform dot position. For death, nothing will change. For end, nothing will change. Let's go back here and test it. It's compiling. Maximize this to test. Let's save it just in case it crashes. It happened to me a couple of times. Okay. Probably we have, because we have collision between them. So a good way to fix that is go to project settings. Let's make sure they're both set on the enemy layer. They have enemy tag, they don't have an enemy layer. So in order to disable collision between them, go to add layer, name this one enemy, select both of them and assign them to that layer. And here disable collision between enemies between themselves. That should fix that. Okay, let's see if this guy follows us now. This is weird. Oh, now it works. Okay, it was a collision. I feel like they are dragging each other. Let's see here. Enable gizmos and let's see what we get. Yeah, they are trying to follow each other. But why? They do not have collision between themselves. Let's move them apart. So you will be all the way here. Set you to a good position. Here will be 7. This one will be 2 or 1.5. Save that. And let's see. Oh, I know the problem. Okay, these shouldn't be colliding though. We'll fix that problem. Just a second. Enemy collision is disabled. So what are they trying to collide with each other? Let's come on. Override apply all. Okay, the problem is remove the script and assign the new one. So slime follower here. We'll set the speed and error to being the same as in this guy, because he found that they are good values, so this will be 0.3. But I still don't know why they are colliding with each other. They really shouldn't be doing that. Okay, this guy is not moving. Probably because there is no way to get to the player. Okay, yeah, because there was no way to get to the player, but now you see that there is. And you see the animation works. So let's get this guy now. Okay, I have noticed something. The player does not die. He dies. Okay. Yeah, so I was going to try something. What was it? What was it? Okay, how long has this video been so far? Mm, long enough, I guess. I think everything should work. Yeah, I was trying to see why are they colliding with each other. So let's enable gizmos in here. Oh yeah, the player does not die when he touches an enemy. Ah, damn, clicked there twice. So go to the player script here, down here, and compare tag enemy die. Should work, but it does not because this is trigger. Okay, so let's see. Is this one also? No. Okay, so we will do pretty much the same thing here. Duplicate this and on trigger change it to on collision. Do we have another on collision? We don't, so let's change this one on collision, enter 2D, save that. This will change. Won't work like that. Okay, I don't know the exact parameters for this one. It's collision 2D, not a collider 2D. Copy this thing here, and now everything should be working. You can create another level. Copy stuff. Let's place this one into prefabs. So I don't forget that. Okay. Create more enemies, more color variations. Add more enemies to the level, add more crates, more power-ups. Everything should be simple now that you know how to do it. You can add more constraints on how many bombs can be placed at once. And you see once that guy has a way. Oh, they still collide with each other. That's very interesting. Shouldn't be happening. Okay, let's fix that before ending the video. So select both of these, the simple follower and the follower slime. The simple slime and follower slime go to their rigid body settings. Layer overrides exclude layers. So you can read here that the layers to exclude for context removing any layer already included via the layer collision matrix or the include layers. Component. That's because of multiple selection. Okay, so here check enemy. This should fix it. Let's place them on each other like it was earlier. So this is -1, -0.5. And let's try this. Okay, you see now they are ignoring each other in the... Oh, come on. Why is this happening? Okay. Apparently that does not work. Okay, so after a little testing, it turns out that that is not a physics thing. It's related to the navmesh avoiding agent collision. So in order to fix that, go to these and go down here to radius, change it to something small like 0.01. That should fix it. And don't forget to apply the overrides to the prefabs. So apply all on this one and apply all on this one. Save that. And let's test it now. You see they will be moving independently. Okay, that guy is trying to get to us, but he cannot. And we've trapped ourselves. Okay, let's retry. I want to check if he will go around the bomb. Nope. Okay, that's something we can fix later, but this video is already getting too long, so maybe in the next part. And we have something very, very special in the next video. Be there and stay tuned. So thank you for watching this far into the video, everyone. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time. Goodbye.